Going to study about the structure of the earth. Basically this picture represents the interior of the earth, in which it shows the earth layer is divided into three parts: the crust, the mantle, and the core. So we will study each layer separately. The first layer is the crust. The crust is the outermost solid part of the earth. It is brittle in nature. So during earthquake, what happened? The earthquake, it breaks easily and causes a fault, which you can see in this image. The thickness of the crust varies from the oceanic and the continental areas. The oceanic crust is thinner as compared to the continental crust. The mean thickness of the oceanic crust is 5 kilometer. You can see from this image, this part. Fine. Whereas that of the continent is around 30 kilometer. The continental crust is thicker in areas of major mountain system. It is as much as 70 kilometer thick in the Himalayan areas, as you can see in this image. From here you can see the Indian plate coming from the south, and the from north it is Asian plate. The southern Indian plate collides with the Asian plates and forms a fold mountain. So it increases the height of the mountains. So the crust thickness is also increases. Fine. Now you can see this Mariana Trench. It is like a cavity. It represent the thickness from the continent. So it varies from region to region. Now question arises, what is trench? The trench are long narrow depressions on sea floor that form at the boundary of the tectonic plates, where one plate is pushed or subducted beneath the another plate. Now we will talk about the density. So as we know, from crust toward the core, if we move from toward the interior of the earth, the density goes on increasing. So the crust has the lower density and the mantle has the higher density. Now moving further towards the second layer, the mantle part, the portion of the interior beyond the crust is called mantle. The mantle extends from the Moho discontinuity to depth of 2,900 km. The Moho discontinuity is mentioned from the end of the crust and from the beginning of the upper mantle. So this portion is called Moho discontinuity. The upper portion of the mantle is called asthenosphere. Astheno means weak. Astheno means weak. So the word astheno means weak. It is considered to be extended up to 400 kilometer. It is a main source of magma that its way to the surface during the volcanic eruption. So volcanic eruption took place and magma comes out from here. It has a density higher than the crust. The crust and the uppermost part of the mantle are called lithosphere. As you can see in this image, the lithosphere is the crust and the uppermost solid part. Its thickness range from 200 kilometer, 10 to 200 kilometer. Okay. And the lower mantle extend beyond the asthenosphere. It is in solid state. This one page, it is in solid form and responsible for seismic activities. Fine. Now we will talk about the third layer, which is the core. The core is divided into two layers, the outer core and the inner core. See, the outer core is in liquid form and the inner core is in solid form. So how we can detect it is in liquid form and a solid form? See, the earthquake wave velocity help in understanding this existence of the core of the earth. The core mantle boundary, this one, the core mantle boundary, this is lower mantle and this is the outer core. So this one represent a core mantle boundary. The core mantle boundary depth is around, from the surface till here it is 2,900 kilometer. The outer core is made up of nickel and ferrous. Nickel, Ni is the abbreviation of nickel and Fe is the abbreviation of iron. Fine. So combinedly it is called Nife. And the solid one part, this one is solid, which is of ferrous. So the denser particles subduct here towards the core. The total length of from the, one second, let me remove this. The total length from the surface toward here is 6,378 kilometer. And this one part, which one? The outer core represent the thickness of about 2300 kilometer, and this inner core is about 1200 kilometer. So combinedly it is about 3500 kilometer approx. So it is the total thickness. So this is all about the interior of the earth. Hope you have gained some meaningful context regarding it. Thank you.